It is one of the most impressive sights you will encounter anywhere in the Caribbean, the Pitons, majestic. These two volcanic mountains identify the island that many refer to as the Helen of the West Indies, St. Lucia. Hello everyone, I am your host Judy Chong Dennison, welcoming you to another edition of Caribbean Passport. And in our program today, we will explore the unique culture, cuisine, sights and sounds of this romantic island. So come with us on Caribbean Passport for this adventure. St. Lucia is one of the four Windward Islands located 21 miles from the French island of Martinique and 24 miles north of St. Vincent. It is one of the most beautiful islands in the region, with Gros and Petit Piton rising out of the sea to over 2,000 feet, an unmistakable landmark. They are absolutely majestic and well worth the visit. Whether you are a photographer or mountain climber, it is a sight that you will remember for the rest of your life. Of course, only the experienced hikers attempt the Twin Peaks, as it is rated a difficult climb. Another interesting attraction is the underwater diving around the island. International divers are recognizing that the waters around the Pitons are as picturesque underneath as they are above the surface. Depending on where you are, the Pitons sometimes appear as though they are together, but really they're quite apart. This one behind me, for instance, the Petit Piton is in the village of Soufrière, while the Gros Piton is in the village of Choiseul. As a matter of fact, Soufrière was the first town the French founded in St. Lucia in 1746. Today, it still retains its quaint charm as that of years gone by, peaceful and untouched. The town of Soufrière can boast of having the only drive-in volcano in the world. Sounds amazing, but true. You can actually drive into the crater where pools of water bubble and shoot high clouds of steam in the air. It is one of the main attractions in St. Lucia, where hundreds of visitors from far and wide experience this national phenomenon.
Let me inform you, with the two mountains, to your far left and to my far right, it is said that these two mountains were one before, with the crater on top, or you could say a circular dome. Since geologists used the carbon dating method, they documented about 40,000 years ago, perhaps pressure and heat blew the top away. So the crater collapsed inside the magma chamber, forming this volcano. The type, it's called a caldera, meaning a collapsed crater, or I could simply say a hot springs. Fortunately, you are surrounded all over by the rims of the volcano, original rims. Possibilities, the viscous lava run to the ocean, blow the western wall away. There is no western wall. That's why they call it the Caribbean's own driving volcano, because the western wall is gone. But fortunately, the side walls are now left.
Soufrière's boiling sulfur springs were world famous even back in the old days with French aristocracy. Also along the southwest coast is another major attraction, the Diamond Falls, botanical gardens and mineral baths, where visitors can sample the medicinal waters. The Diamond Falls cascade into 6 stages through the springs, changing the color to various shades of yellow, purple and green. The therapeutic mineral baths were built just before the French Revolution in 1785 with funds from King Louis XIV. It was felt that bathing in the springs would improve one's health. Now, fully restored for a small fee, you too can enjoy the warm mineral-enriched water. The botanical gardens are as well known as the springs themselves. Because of St. Lucia's fertile volcanic soil, the gardens are blessed with tremendous variety of flowers and tropical fruit trees. The journey along the coast is magnificent and takes about an hour if you're heading to the capital. It is absolutely breathtaking. so much so that you may need to stop along the way to capture it on film. To borrow a line from the famous song, the long and winding road takes you through quaint fishing villages such as Canaries and Anse-la-Raye, which are charming reminders of the past. The scenic journey alongside the rainforest reminds one of the unspoiled natural beauty of St. Lucia. Birdwatchers and naturalists will certainly enjoy spending hours exploring the national rainforest, where the ferns, bamboo and flowering trees provide a home to many unique species of wildlife. When Caribbean Passport returns, we'll take you to the capital, Castries, but not before stopping at one of the prettiest harbors in our world. Actually, it is the site where the famous movie Dr. Dolittle was filmed.
A harmony of expression, culture and imagery fused to create the language that Liat speaks best. With over 140 flights a day, serving 27 destinations, Liat connects the Caribbean in an expression of commitment unmatched by any other airline. For business and for pleasure, the emphasis is always on service. Caribbean people serving Caribbean people. Liat, the Caribbean in one word.
Still on the west coast of St. Lucia, Marigot Bay is one of the Caribbean's most beautiful anchorages. It is completely sheltered and has been used for centuries by sailors. Marigot Bay gained international fame when Rex Harrison talked to the animals in the famous movie Dr. Dolittle. Its quiet beauty makes it a delightfully low-key resort, playing host to sleek yachts from all over the world. The island has now become one of the major sailing and yacht chartering centers, offering excellent marinas. Like many of the islands of the West Indies, St. Lucia was inhabited by the Arawaks and Caribs. From the 17th century onwards, St. Lucia was fought over by the British and the French for many years, changing hands on numerous occasions. The island became a British colony from 1814 until 1967 and achieved full independence in 1979. Yet the French influence is unmistakable. St. Lucians speak both English and the French-based patois. Many of the island's place names are French. As one approaches the city, the view from Mont Fortune gives a panoramic look at Castries, Fiji and the north of the island. Also on the Moon is Government House, the official residence of the Governor General. Castries was named after a French minister for the Navy in the 18th century. It is fast becoming one of the most modern of Caribbean cities. Due to the two devastating fires in 1948 and 1951, much of it has been rebuilt and now boasts of a modern look. Although it is fortunate that many of the old buildings still reflect the past. Castries is a bustling capital located in the northwest of the island. Shoppers will find plenty of local handicraft and duty-free items. A favorite with tourists is Point Serafin, which provides cruise ship passengers and tourists alike with easy access to the island. This harbourfront shopping complex is new and offers fabulous duty-free shopping. With the economy diversifying from the banana industry to tourism, we hear from the minister responsible for this vibrant sector.
And the government has taken a conscious decision to diversify the economy. And we have to diversify it around tourism and manufacturing. But you know, tourism is the way to go. You know that the world travel and tourism industry is increasing all over the world. So we're in a situation where there's quite a bit of competition from regional sources, competition from the world. The United States, one of the richest countries in the world, is emphasizing now on travel and tourism. So we're in a situation of a highly competitive situation. But we have our assets which we want to preserve. Our main goals in the next 5 years is to increase the room count in the country. We need more rooms. We probably have about 3,000 hotel rooms now. In the next 5 years, we want to get about 5,000, 6,000 rooms, hotel rooms. Secondly, we want to improve the quality of our product. We have a naturally beautiful island, as I said before, and as you most likely have seen. We want to use more of that in terms of natural heritage tourism. We have the sites, but we want to preserve them, but we also want people to enjoy them. So our emphasis is going to be in that direction. We're working a lot with the St. Lucia National Trust, who are the ones in charge of most of the beautiful sites in this country. We also want to involve, to get more people involved in tourism. It is our philosophy that for tourism to be successful, the people of the country must see and feel that success. And we want to involve local people in tourism. So we want all stakeholders to come together and enjoy the benefits.
St. Lucia is indeed very proud of two of its sons who were honored with Nobel Prizes, Sir Arthur Lewis for economics in 1979 and Derek Walcott, the world-famous poet, received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1992. And today, the Derek Walcott Square is just one of the many tributes paid to this outstanding son of St. Lucia. Other sites which are a must on your visit to the capital include the ornate Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception and the National Library. With tourism fast becoming the mainstay of the economy, all markets are important, especially with the increase of intra-Caribbean travelers. Agnes Francis, Director of Tourism, talks about this regional market.
The Caribbean, as you know, is one of the most important markets to us. 1/3 of all our visitors come from the Caribbean region. We have very strong destinations like Martinique, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Dominica as well. But we are also trying to attract the other destinations. St. Lucia, as you know, has a very broad variety of attractions. We cater to all types of visitors, especially to the intra-Caribbean persons. There is an affinity that we have. St. Lucians are always seen to be extremely friendly and welcoming to Caribbean people in particular. So what we try to do is put on attractions, put on events which we think the region would see as attractive and would see as something to participate in. So we've been concentrating on that type of activity. Some of the events the Tourist Board produces ourselves. Some of the events we encourage and we work alongside existing institutions who produce events. For example, the Folk Research Center every October put on our Journée Creole, or it's the French Creole celebration of International Creole Day, and a whole festivity, a whole event that goes around with it. And we assist in promoting this because we see this as unique, and it's also tied into what happens in Dominica, in the French Islands, and so we see this as something that is special and unique to St. Lucia.
Agnes Francis was recently honored in a world survey as one of 200 women making an outstanding contribution to the development of tourism.